I'm excited to share this with you guys. For those of you that don't know my story, my name is Jenny Crane. I'm an Elite Pro 7. I'm from Huntington Beach, California. And I joined LifeVantage in January of 2012. So needless to say, my journey here with LifeVantage has not been a fast-growing journey, but I can say I've learned a lot, and I'm passionate about just sharing my story with you guys tonight. And I'm also very passionate about sharing Facebook with you guys and social media and really the power of social media. And this was one of the main things that transformed my business 3 years ago when I finally decided that I was going to dive into this thing called social media, this Facebook thing. I was terrified. So for those of you that haven't utilized this in your business, I can assure you we've all felt that way. It's a very natural way to feel. But I also can assure you, and I hope by the end of this training, this will have inspired you to utilize this in your business, because I am telling you that this is a huge tool, and it's really going to be crucial in you building a long-term business. And we really come into this, you guys, many different levels. So don't be overwhelmed.
She's not talking to me. It's great.
Basic here, and like I said, everybody should be muted, but I can hear people in the background. So please mute yourself. On this video. I can't do it. Everybody looks like they're muted. So we're just going to click on this and get started here. So like I said, by the end of this, I want to inspire and empower each of you to take baby steps. I know that it can seem overwhelming and things like that. So tonight, you guys, we're going to be talking about utilizing Facebook groups to grow your business. Now, a few things about utilizing Facebook groups. There's many things that this does, but it really allows you to connect with people that have common interests. I always say that you want to attract people into this business, the people that have things in common with you. You know, you're going to be working with these people day in and day out. So you want to make sure that the people that you're attracting are going to be the people that have the same common interests. I like to call it your avatar. You're going to choose your avatar. Who is that ideal person that you want to attract in? So if you haven't put much thought into that, and if you're taking notes tonight, write this down. Choose my avatar. Your avatar is literally your ideal business partner. And I want you to do one thing. Write down who your ideal business partner is. Write down your top 3 characteristics of this person. And then write down the top 3 characteristics of what you're passionate about as well. This is going to be some homework. So this training is mainly to inspire you to start thinking about that ideal person that you want to attract into your business and work with long term, because that's what we're doing here, right, guys? We are building long-term relationships, and not everybody's going to be a fit. That's okay. I think sometimes, I know when I first started in the business, I was just wanting everybody. Like, I would work with anybody. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get somebody to join. I would work with anybody, whoever it may be. But guys, look at it this way. You are investing your heart and soul into the person that you're going to be working with. So another thing, like, I want to get back into the groups here, but think about this, guys. Prior to social media, people would choose networking groups to build their business, right? We know some of those main networking groups that are still around today, but look at these Facebook groups as your new networking group, right? And you don't even need to leave the comfort of your home to connect with these people. So these Facebook groups they're going to help you expand your reach. It's going to help you expand your reach and really get in front of people. I like to call it attraction marketing. That's what it's called. When we're utilizing social media to build our business, it's called attraction marketing. Well, these people that you're going to be attracting are going to be your future business partners. So when you're utilizing Facebook groups, you want to always keep that in mind. So how to join Facebook groups? You're definitely, like I said, write down those 3 characteristics of your ideal business partner. And you're going to want to join 3 groups, okay? I know people that are part of 10, 15 groups. To me, I look at that and I say, well, how can you provide meaningful value into 13 different groups? I don't think it's the amount of groups that matter, it's the quality. And you're going to want to make sure that you're committed to adding value and posting in these groups and creating relationships. So I say, as a beginner especially, choose your top 3 groups. And the way that you're going to choose these top 3 groups is by characteristics of the people that you want to partner with, like I said. Write those down. What is it that you're passionate about? You know, we have people, what I love about LifeVantage is we have people from all walks of life. We have the amazing naturopathic doctors like Dr. Nicola. You know, we have attorneys and stay-at-home moms and homeschooling moms, such a wide variety of people. And ultimately, you're going to attract people that have the same common interests as yourself. So you want to choose your groups wisely. And then choose those groups upon the amount of people. I say that you want to be a part of a group that has at least 2,000 people or more inside of the group. You know, you really want to have that basis of enough people to connect with and provide value to. So make sure that you join groups that at least have 2,000 people or more. And then, you know, if you're passionate about animals and you're passionate about helping animals heal, or you're a homeschooling mom, whatever it is that you have in common, you're going to choose these groups. And like I say, join the group, check it out for a bit. What's the energy of the group? You know, a lot of time the energy of these groups are going to be what the admin of the group kind of feeds into these groups. So make sure that if you go inside of these groups and if you happen to see a lot of negativity and you're just not feeling, you know, the jive of the group, you don't have to stay in there. You know, make sure that you're choosing these groups wisely, because over time, when you're building these relationships and adding value, like I said, you're going to be partnering with these people. Okay, so what not to do in groups. This is very, very important. I see so many people utilizing groups the improper way. Number one, first and foremost, do not spam the group. You guys, people do not want to hear about our products day in and day out. And in fact, most groups, the rules of the group do not allow soliciting inside of the group. So you're going to want to be very careful not to spam the group and make it feel salesy. You know, people are attracted by the value you add. So number one as well, or number two, I would say, do not break the rules set by the admins. Now, I have to tell you guys that I learned this the hard way. Just got kicked out of a group about a month and a half ago. It literally devastated me because I've been a part of this group for probably over a year and have created so many meaningful relationships. I spent so much time in this group. I was a little bit annoyed about it because I didn't think that I broke the rules, but however, the admins did. So they kicked me out of this group, and I'm not gonna lie, it bothered me because I had spent so much time connecting and I was excited about the group. It was something that I was passionate about. So I just wanna give you like my personal story. Make sure that you're respectful of the rules of the group. Usually most of these groups that you're going to join, there's going to be, you know, a rules section or abide by section. Make sure you look through it and that you're just respectful. And do not, like I said, post pictures about our products. I've definitely seen inside groups where somebody will post, hey, looking advice for this medical problem that I have. And then below in the comment section, you have 50 people commenting all the products they have. People don't want to see that. And ultimately you're going to turn people off by exuding that sort of behavior. Do not comment on someone's post and try to sell them, like I said. Also, don't hijack people's posts. I always look at people's posts in these groups as a way for me to inspire and uplift and just support them. You know, ultimately, when people feel supported and valued, that's going to make them remember you. You know, we have billions of people on Facebook. Why are they going to remember you? What is it that's going to keep them coming back to you to add value and to get advice from? So always think of those things as you're providing value in these groups. Make sure that you're above reproach and that you have integrity in everything that you do. And then, you know, when you see people commenting in the group, don't immediately send them the message. You know, you see somebody say, oh my gosh, I have this health problem. I have fibromyalgia. I'm so sick. What do I do? I know your first inclination. I know my first inclination is to be like, oh my gosh, of course we have the perfect answer. I'm telling them about Protandim. That is one of the worst things to do. You know, there's ways to build relationships first. Get people to trust you. You know, people do business with the people they know, like, and trust. So make sure that you're always keeping that in the back of your mind. So what to do? I always love the positive side of things. You guys, this is all about adding value and building relationships. That is really the beauty of social media, is the fact that we have this platform that ultimately is endless. We have an endless opportunity to build a following and add value into people's lives. And you guys, that's the beautiful thing of network marketing. It enables us to touch and be a part of people's lives. That is one of the things that this business has given me on so many aspects, but being able to add value and inspire people, to me, is one of the greatest gifts this industry has given me. So always add value. This is about building relationships. For people that say you can't build solid relationships on social media, it's simply because they haven't had the experience. I have built some of the most meaningful relationships with people that I hadn't even known on this platform. So like I said, be positive, build people up. People are attracted to those that have that positive energy. Always that person that they know, oh my gosh, if I go to Marissa's page, or if I go to Sharice's page, I'm always going to see something positive. What are they up to today? So share your knowledge. This is a place for you. This is why you're going to want to choose the proper group. What is it that you're passionate about? Of course you have knowledge behind your passions. And people want to see that. So make sure you're sharing your knowledge. And then as you start engaging with people in the comment section, send them a message and introduce yourself. That first message should be an introduction. And I always like to make sure that I send that voiced message introduction on Messenger, because I feel like it's so much of a more intimate touch of, hey, this is me. I'm just not this person typing on the other end. I like them to hear my voice. And I always introduce myself. And as I'm introducing myself, I always let them know, like, hey, look, I looked at your page. I always try to give them a compliment. I noticed that you're really passionate about homeschooling your kids. I love that. I love that you're passionate about wellness. I always give them a compliment. I always think that that's such a good, solid foundation for that long-term relationship, is when you're really making it about the other person. That's when your business is going to change. And then, like I said, be the person that you want to attract. You want to make sure that you're always staying consistent with that message. Another thing is posting consistently. And this is why I initially said that you don't want to be a part of 10, 15, 20 different groups, because you're not going to be able to provide that same consistent value as you're building in those groups. So posting consistently and being somebody that people in that group see constantly as a person of influence, as a person of knowledge, is really going to help people start to notice who you are. And your goal really in posting is getting people to engage with you. You want to make sure that you're posting things that is getting that engagement. Here's some examples. I always am one of those people that has to see examples, but I always, when I'm a part of a group, I like to post asking for advice and opinions from other people. People like to be the expert. They like to feel value. They like to feel like their value is helping you to become a better person. So that's really one of the consistent things that I'm putting into groups, is asking for advice and opinions of others. Always make, like I said, positive and uplifting posts. If you are making an uplifting post, in some of the groups that I'm a part of, at least once a week, I try to post something encouraging into that group. I am a part of a few health groups, and I always say, hey guys, this is a day to make it a good day. Like, what are you going to do to empower your health today? Just things like that, making it uplifting. And then commenting on posts that you see by sharing your knowledge and your opinion. And always remember that coming from a place of knowledge is not coming from a place of ego or anything like that. Guys, leave ego at the door. I feel like sometimes we want people to engage with us, but we're not willing to give what we want. I always say the more you give on social media, the more you're going to receive. So always think of it that way. So here's a couple of examples. I'm sure you guys have read these already, but I have a girlfriend that's part of a homeschooling mompreneur group, and she posts the question, what do you ladies do to stay organized while building your business and homeschooling your kids? Now, this exact post, many of you guys know Samantha Allen, but she was able, through this post in her homeschooling mompreneur group, able to attract a woman that has just taken off. I don't know if you guys know Sarah Harding, but she's really taken off with the business and has become one of Samantha's strongest legs. So just by posting this question, asking for advice. So I thought I'd use this as an example, just to get you guys thinking about what it is that you can add and the questions that you can ask. And there's really, the possibilities are endless. Example number 2, wellness group. If you're passionate about wellness, I would hope that all of you are, considering you're here in this business. But asking, what are some of your guys' favorite wellness products? There are a lot of people in other network marketing companies inside of these groups. I always support and uplift people in other companies, because ultimately you never know when that person is going to be looking for another opportunity. So this is not a competition. Social media is a place to be positive. And you guys, there's enough negativity in the world. We see it every day in the news. We're bombarded with it constantly. We're consistently given that negativity. Our business and who we are and what we're building is all about uplifting and inspiring others. So that's really all I have to share. I know that we went through that quite quick, and I think we are actually perfectly on time here. But guys, I hope that this training has inspired you guys today. If you have questions, find me on Facebook. I'd be happy to kind of direct you in the right way. I know this is a pretty basic training. Some of you may have heard all of this information before, but ultimately, I pray that this is going to inspire you to go out there, step out of your comfort zone, utilize this incredible platform. You guys, what we have here with Manage and our product, Dr. Nicola explained, are truly one in a million, and a lot of people haven't heard about them yet. So utilize this. Don't be scared. Don't let fear get in your way. I know that all of you are capable of just becoming some of the most amazing people. I know that our company, I was just saying this, I was able to hop on early. I met Ed tonight, who just joined Maurice's team. You guys, we are attracting the most incredible people into this business and onto this team. I have to say, Carrie and Stu have done such a great job of setting the stage, of always uplifting and just creating this dynamic team. So we're just blessed to have all of you new people on tonight. I hope that this has, inspired you. And I just love you all. So this has been recorded. We'll send it out. And for those of you, for your teams that weren't able to be on tonight, it will be available to you here shortly. So love you guys. And I'm just going to unmute everybody. I don't know if people have questions. I think it might be okay to ask questions. Maybe we could just open it up for a few, since we do have maybe 1 or 2 more minutes.
From me, no questions, but I have compliments for you. Good job. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is that you, Lon?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to say, you're always so positive. Thank you for your support. I love that. So.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Jenny, it's Maria. I have a question.
Hi, Maria. Yes.
Hi. So my question is, you said when someone says, oh, I'm not feeling well, I've got fibromyalgia. So you said, don't say something to them right away and private message them, and I've got something for you. So what would you say to them?
That's a really great question. So I utilize our customer capture Facebook group as kind of a buffer. I start the conversation and I just start asking a lot of questions. I'll instantly message them and just say, hey, I saw your posts about fibromyalgia in the group. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story. And I really start that back and forth, asking a lot of questions, engagement. And then there's certain people right away that'll kind of give you that vibe that they're like just not wanting to, they won't. And then you'll get those people that really seem to open up, like, oh my gosh, I've tried this. And so slowly I try to introduce it, but mostly it's just starting that conversation. And then within I would say you always have to kind of use intuitiveness about it, but pretty quickly, if I find that someone's open, I just say, hey, just thought I'd bring it up. I'd love to add you into this education group, into my product education group. Would you like to be a part of it? There's a lot of information on oxidative stress and glutathione and things that I think you might find relative. And usually if they're open to being added, of course, I ask them first, then they get into the group, and that's kind of where that education starts. But it's not like, initially like, oh, hey, Protanim's your answer. It's more like starting that conversation and then funneling them into the group to where they can see some of the